Hey YouTube, it's Pop Pop. So I was watching the awards ceremony, and Jaquin Phoenix, the guy who played a very lackluster Joker, was receiving his award, and he used the award ceremony as a pulpit to beat up on people about systemic racism. And he said that he was ashamed. I guess he was ashamed of the good things that have come his way, uh, presumably at the expense of other people, uh, most notably persons of color. And I agree with him on that point. I think that as Joker, he was a lousy Joker. And I think that somebody like Trevor Noah would have been a brilliant Joker. And since the character is in whiteface anyway, what difference would it make? But Joaquin, if you hear me, I think that you were a very lackluster uh, Joker that didn't play the part in any astounding or creative way. And I do think somebody like Trevor Noah would have done better, much, much better in the part, been funnier and more creative. So in that respect, I agree with you. The American people are good people, and America has tried to make up for the sins of the father, so to speak, with quotas and all sorts of things that America has tried. But there's always somebody like you or Nancy Pelosi that's going to whitewash people and put everybody in the same pigeonhole and say that a person is a racist or a person is a bad person just because they're white. And that's deeply offensive. When Nancy Pelosi said that Donald Trump was trying to make America white again, what is Donald Trump going to do? Crank out a whole bunch of white babies or something like that? If you progressives really cared, you would stop the abortion of 80% of African American babies that are sent to the abortion mill every year, since there's been 70 million abortions in America since it was legalized. And 80% of that is African American. Well, 7 times 8 is 56. So that's upwards of 56 million of mixed race and African American babies have been aborted, which is genocide. So if Black Lives Matter, then you should stop abortion, because abortion is nothing but wiping out a whole generation of a race, because you figured that African Americans have not progressed as far as their percentage of population in America. So you're using abortion to call an entire generation of people. But I've been on the receiving hand of racism in when Donald Trump won the election. I was working at the hotel, and a lady came in and she was shouting at me. She said, "What up, Trump? How's it going, Trump?" And she was very disrespectful and very disturbing. And I didn't deserve everything that she was shouting at me about. And for an older person, that's quite upsetting. And then in October of 2018, a young Mexican guy punched me in the back violently. and he screamed and he said he didn't like white people, and that has had profound effects on my health ever since that day. I haven't been out of my room since that day that guy did that to me. I haven't been able to be out of my room. But I don't go outside or anything because if you're an older person and if you're light-skinned, you can get attacked by somebody who's going to come up. And they always call it the punch game. They don't call it assault. They call it the punch game. But that's another case in our society where people get away with stuff because they don't call it what it is. That's a very big mistake. That things should be called what they are. But the only thing that when the Democrats get back into office, the only thing that's going to happen is all of this race baiting is going to pick back up. And for you people who are marching in the street for climate change and all of that, you're going to get your way, because the government, when that gets put into play, the government's going to hit you with all kinds of taxes and fines and rules and regulations for everything. It's already started. A man had the police called on him for having a barbecue in his own backyard because the smoke drifted over to a neighbor's house, and the neighbor called the police on the man for having a barbecue. But all this ridiculousness, it's coming your way, America.